Wow. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a great day out there. You guys already know it's Grana. But I was sitting here and I was actually writing, um, still doing that. I got several things going on and I'm just jumping from one to the next. But I was sitting here and I was realized as I was writing that today has been 1 year since I released my book. Okay, my book here. You guys see that? Footsteps Through My Journey. It has been 1 year since this was put out for everyone to read and enjoy it and just get just a little bit of my life and where I were at the time, you know, this here. Wow, it's been a year already. So I got to thinking about that. And first off, let me just say thank you to everybody that um, that bought my book, that purchased my book, took the time out to read my book and reach out to me. I had people to reach out to me about it, talk to me about it. I had people to actually leave reviews about it. And whether good or bad, I still appreciate all the feedback that I got and all the love that I got um, from my journey. I really do appreciate it. This journey took me over 2 years to just complete. Okay. This journey was a painful journey. It was very painful. I had to like really dig deep inside and deep down inside of myself and just hold myself accountable for a lot of things that happened in my life. And there has been a lot of clarity from me writing this book. There has been a lot of understanding. There has been, oh my God, healing. Healing has been just overwhelming. The healing part of it, the understanding part of it. Um, y'all, I'm already getting emotional. I'm already getting emotional. But this book has truly opened my eyes to a lot of different areas of my life and given me the understanding and clarifying. There was a lot of clarification that went on, just within myself. I had to sit back throughout this journey and really, really open up my mind and my soul. And I tell you guys, and I tell you, I'm serious, this is no lie. I felt my mother come to me. I could see her face as clear as day and talk to me. I did not have the pleasure of her living long enough to have conversations, heart to heart conversations with me as an adult. My mom passed away when I was very young, early teens, barely into my teens when my mom passed away. And deep down inside, I always carried this this anger in me when it came to my mom, towards my mom. And let me just say this, I love my mom. I love my mom dearly. I would give anything in this world today if I could have her here with me. I would do anything to have her here. I would cherish her as the queen that she is. I would. But I don't know, it's kind of crazy and a little strange, but I could feel her. I could feel her spirit come to me. I could feel it, I could feel her saying to me that she loved me and everything is going to be okay. And she was proud of me and she always loved me. I could feel her. It's just crazy. But that was part of my healing, because I had to put myself out of my feelings for a minute, and I had to kind of look at things from her eyes, and some of the things that she went through. My mom was an amazing woman. I know that now, because I mean, I'm older, I'm 60 something years old, just living life myself. Life is hard. It's so hard to deal with. And when you're coming up in the time period that my mom came up, it was, I don't even know if I could have made it during that time. I don't even know, because it was so much. We still had discrimination. We still had racism going on. A woman wasn't worth anything. They didn't have a voice. They had to make their voice, and she made her voice. Regardless of anything that my mom ever done, she demanded respect from anyone. She didn't care who it was. She was gonna respect her. So I have to just give her kudos for the person that she was, and the strong spirited person that she was, the queen that she was. This woman birthed 10 children, and from my understanding, all these children was born at home through a midwife, except for one of my brothers was born in the hospital, and she had all these other kids naturally. And I know, some people gonna say, oh, well, that ain't nothing strange. People do it all the time. That's okay. That's cool. And that's their choices. And these are the choices that my mother made. But I had to really, look at her. I had to look at her for the person that she was, for the woman that she was, and the things that she had to go through, and the decisions that she had to make, and the actions that she had to take. I had to look at her through all that, and look deep down and know that this was a good woman. I know she was a good woman, because I am a good woman, and I am a part of her. My siblings are good people, and they are a part of her. So I know this woman was a good woman. This was a hardworking woman. This was a trustworthy woman. This was a loving woman. This was a woman that spoke her mind. This was a woman that had a voice regardless of the time. So I know she was good. I know she was good. But me, in my process, in my healing, I had to push aside all that I saw. And I know that sounds crazy, but I had to push aside what I saw from her at the time, because she was only struggling and trying to make it the best that she knew how. I mean, my mom was not a high school graduate. She was not a college graduate. She didn't have no PhD, no MAD, no master's, no PD, none of that, no PS. She didn't have any of that. So everything that she learned, she had to learn on her own, and she had to take the tools that she had and survive and make it work for her and her family. Yes. So the healing process was, oh my God, it was very emotional. It was very overwhelming for me at times, because I just could not, open up my mind and just be open minded to the things that, she had to endure. And even though I had heard all the stories, I had heard this, but a lot of things I had heard, it was still like that negativity on her name. Oh, she was this. But then once I even going back and reading some of the stuff that went on back in those days, back in the 30s, I'm like, oh my God, how did she even survive this? How did she even make it through this? So, the book was healing. It was a healing, very healing, and a needed part of me that I needed to uncover. I needed to peel those layers off one by one. I had to peel the layers off when it came to my mother. I had to peel those layers off when it came to my father and my siblings and my husband, dad. I had to peel all those layers off, and get to the roots of some things, and start to rebuild my foundation, start to rebuild some things. I had to, get rid of all of it. I had to kind of start from fresh, from the bottom. And it was good because it's also, like I said, my book, the focus of my book was to um break a lot of the generational dysfunctional things that goes on in family, things that people sweep under the rug, things that people know happen but never want to talk about it. They just want to just shut it up. They knowing in their mind, and some a lot of people will be willing to take these things to the grave. And I'm just talking about in general. I'm not the only family that has secrets or went through some things that people didn't want to talk about back in the day. Things happen with different families or different family members, and people just just sweep it under the rug like it never happened. And they never talked about it. And they kept those secrets and took them to their grave, you know. So I'm glad with my family and my kids, and hopefully with my grandkids, I talk about it enough that they know, these are things that just you have to talk about these things in order to heal. And if something is not right, you have a right to use your voice. You have a right to voice your opinion on any situation and let people know how you feel. That's just it. So I wanted to, break all those barriers, ensure some positive possibilities for the next generation and the generation after that. I wanted to just make sure, I keep an open mind, because not only did my mother have a hard life, my father had a hard life. Neither one of my parents, finished school or anything like that. Both of my parents was hard working people. They was good people. And people that's on the outside of the family talked about them. They talked about them with respect, because that's what my parents demanded, and that's what my parents gave in return. They didn't mind giving respect to people that respect them. They was hard worker. People always talk to me about how hard my mom worked, how hard my father worked, to do what they needed to do to survive. So, and like I said, I can sit back now and I can look at myself and my siblings, and I know this is true. I know this is true because I see how hard each of us has worked in this life to get what we need. So I get it. I get that part. But, like I said, I wanted this book, my book, I wanted to just open up people's minds. They may not have gone through the same thing that I went through. They may not have the same type of relationships with their family that I had with my family. There could have been just one sentence or something in there that might have been like, oh, okay, wow. So I need to talk to this person about this or this person about that. That was the whole purpose of it, to get people to come together, hold themselves accountable, hold other people accountable, um, and look at things also with an open mind and a positive mindset, and know that everything is not the way it might seem to other people, and just break all that dysfunctional. Just break it, because it's not even, if you don't break dysfunctional behavior, it's going to continue. It's going to continue, continue, and continue. People are always talking about generating generational wealth and stuff like that. It's the same thing. You're generating dysfunction if you doesn't break it or you don't change it. Okay, you got to put the work in to change these actions and everything. Now, there was situations with my book that did cause distance with with some of my um people around me. Some of the people around me, there were situations that they did not understand my perspective, my truth, and they did, for whatever reason. I'm not even trying to figure out why. It's for whatever reason that they did not understand my truth, or they took my truth out of the content that I said it in, and made it into something else, and that's okay. That's okay. Everybody has their own opinion. Everybody has their own perspective. But the thing about it, when you're writing something, a book about yourself, or writing your life story, and it's gonna involve other people. You have to be open to how they're gonna take it, and I was, and I'm okay with it. You know, I would hope, if any of you out there are getting ready to go through this process, getting ready to write down your memoir or whatever you want to call it, that whoever is involved in your life and you're going to speak on them, that those people are also willing to come and have conversations with you about your truth or your perspective, whether to sit down and have a conversation, a mature conversation about it, and it would bring you closer together in the end. That would be my truth for any, that would be my prediction or my want for anyone that is getting ready to go through this process, because that can also cause pain and hurt too when you're so used to having these people in your circle, and once you put your truth out there, or you just like, okay, this is what it is, and distant it immediately distance that those people around you, you know. And it's not because of you, alone, that's causing this distance. But if this is the path that anyone wants to go down, then you have to accept that. You have to be okay with that. You have to accept that. And you can go back and reevaluate yourself, and you can go back, which I did, go back and read, what did I say? What did I do? You can go back and do all that. But if that's your truth, then you have to stand in it. And you have to be prepared for what comes with it. Okay. So that's some of the stuff that has gone on, with me putting my book out here. And I'm okay with it. It doesn't mean that I don't love these people. It doesn't mean that I don't care about them. It doesn't mean any of that. It means that they chose the direction at that time. At that time, they chose the direction that your relationship was going to go in. They GPSed it, put it on there. That's the way they wanted it to go, and you just have to follow their GPS. You just have to go with that. Go with that GPS and be okay with that. I'm okay with that, because I still love everyone that was in my circle before this book came out. After this book came out, I still have love for everyone. Never wish any ill on anyone. Sometimes people have to go through their own process of healing. Sometimes people have to go through their own, own stuff. They have to evaluate themselves and whatever, is going on with them. But it's okay, it's okay. What I got from writing this book, and the most important thing that I got from writing this book, was to understand my parents better, because I did not get a chance to build a relationship with them as an adult. I did not get that. That was taken away from me. And I was mad about that also. I didn't even realize how mad I was about them leaving this earth, leaving here, and us not having a chance to really experience life together. As a child, a lot of things you don't understand. And as a child, there's so much that is kept away from you. Even the process when my mom getting sick and being sick, of course we knew she was sick, but we didn't know the complete we didn't have the complete understanding of what was going on with her. We would get a little bit of this. Oh, your mom's sick. Oh, your mom's sick. That was it. There was no sitting down talking to us about it or anything. She would go in the hospital, she would come home, and everything just picked back up where it left off at. So even with all that, so I had a lot of anger in me surrounding my mom, because I did not understand what was going on with her health. I did not understand why she was the type of person that she was. I did not understand why she didn't show her emotions the way I am. Very emotional, and I don't even know where I got that from, but I am very emotional. So it was so much I did not understand about this woman that was my mother. So writing this book. Like I said, I had to peel the layers back one by one by one. I had to sit back and I had to remember the times that she did make me smile. I had to remember the times that I would look at her and I would catch her smiling. I had to remember those things, and then I had to sit back and be like, wow, look what this woman went through. Oh my goodness. You know, but like I say, hey, here it is 2025. If I could have Fannie Mae the Journey Watkins sitting here with me, she would be here. And there would be nothing I wouldn't do for her. Nothing. I would do anything to make sure she's happy, because she did not get a chance to really, really, truly enjoy, her life. All I can remember is her always working 20, I mean, this woman was working all the time. So, but it was a lot. It was a lot for me to do. It was a lot for me to complete this right here. It took so much out of me at times. It would be times that I would have to just back away and just go somewhere by myself and have my cry or have my anger, my screams, or whatever it was I needed to do. I would have to take those times to do that, you know. But like I said, writing this book, it's been so therapeutic for me. I have never went to self therapies or anything like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just haven't done it. But writing this book was my therapy. This was so therapeutic. It opened up so many emotions. It did. And at the end of it, at the end of all these emotions, I'm good. I am good. I feel good about where I'm at today. I feel good about where I'm at with my mom. Um, I do. I mean, I always say a prayer for my mom and my dad and my siblings that's already in heaven. Hopefully, I always add them in my prayer. But I say an extra special prayer for my mom because I just want her to know, oh my God, how much I love her. I would not be the person I am today if it was not for this woman. She poured strength into me that she probably didn't even know she had poured into me. She, oh my God, she taught me so much in my short period of time that I spent with her. I learned so much. And it's crazy because I was so young, I didn't even realize what she was pouring into me. I did not, because all I could see was anger. And it doesn't even measure up to all the goodness that she poured into me. None of that measure up to all the love that I got from this woman, and I didn't even realize it at the time. I did not. That's why I say, man, if you have a mom, you have a dad, please, please show them some love. Show your mom and your dad some love. And siblings. I mean, if you have siblings, siblings gonna fight. They gonna do what they do. But just show them some love. Just show them some love and just be there as much as you can, as much as they will allow you to be, okay? Be there as much as they allow you to be in their space. If they do not open their space up wide enough for you to come in freely, then just take it wherever they got you at. Wherever they got you at, that's where you take it at. It doesn't mean that you got to stop loving them, caring about them, worrying about them or any of that. Okay? You just got to take it as what it is. You got to take it as what it is. But I'm telling you guys, this book has definitely it has been an eye opener for me. The communication, you combining that with an open mind and you're willing to do the work, whatever the work is, if you're willing to put the work in to help break all these different curses and negativities that has been surrounded by your family, and you're willing to just break all those barriers, you know, just do it. Do the work, put it in, just put it in, because it could free you up mentally from so much. mentally, it just freed my mind. It did, because I was always wondering, did my mom love me? Did my dad love me? Why this? Why that? I don't understand this. I don't understand that. Why? But when I sit back by myself and I just really open up and just digest everything that was coming to me, and I know it. I know this was coming from my mom. I know a lot of it was coming from my mom, because like I said, I could sit there with my eyes closed and I could just see her face so clearly. I could see her face and I could see her smiling. And it's crazy, but sometimes I could hear her voice. I could hear her voice, like she's sitting right here talking to me right now. And she was telling me, it's okay. It's okay. You're going to be okay. You're going to be all right. So, that was my clarification. That was my stamp of approval, that she has been up there watching me like I knew she was, like I knew she was. But it's been a lot. It's been a lot. Believe me, this book has brought me so much pain. It brought me so much joy. It's brought me so much healing. It has been a lot. So I'm sorry about that. I should have put my phone on silent. But I really do appreciate it, guys. I do appreciate it. I appreciate all the support. Um, the next one, when I finish it up and I stop hopping around from place to place and I get this finished, I will put it out there for you guys. But thank y'all so much for all the support in everything. If you haven't gotten my book, if you have not had a chance to get it, it's on Amazon. You can go on Amazon. You can type in Footsteps Through My Journey, Kennedy Wilson, and pick you up a copy and just sit back and read it. I mean, it's a great book. I enjoyed it. I've got so much great feedback from it. I know a lot of people has enjoyed it. And it wasn't even about me doing it for the monetary value. No, it's never been about the money. It's not. It's about healing. It's about using your voice. It's about being open-minded. It's about breaking any type of family curses or dysfunction or anything that's been swept under the rug. If those people are still in your life that you ever had any type of situation with, go back and talk to them. Go have a conversation. Try to fix it as much as you can, okay? Go and do all that. Yeah, yeah. But I appreciate you guys. I really do. Um, I just want to say thank you again. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. 1 year in, I did it. I'm so proud of myself. I did it. I opened up and put all my business out there on Front Street. I just put it all out there. So everything you read in here, hey, it's just me. It's just Grana. It's just Grana. So I just put it out there. And if you have any comments or anything, you can hit me up, drop me a message. I'm on Facebook. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. You can Google me by my name and find me if you got a questions or anything about that, YouTube. And I'll answer your question. I don't have anything to hide. It's all out there. I put it all out there, okay? All right, well, you guys have a great day. Grandma's about to get up out of here. I need to return some phone calls, to return some text message that's been coming in. But y'all have a great day. I'll talk to y'all soon.